With a much-awaited ceasefire and hostage deal for Gaza still unresolved, an Israeli delegation is in Egypt on Tuesday to try to complete the task, coinciding with a delegation from Hamas also visiting Cairo. According to the Lebanese Al-Akhbar newspaper, citing Egyptian sources, the deal will reportedly take effect at the beginning of next week, despite Hamas not yet giving its official response. The report added that Egypt fears Israel will not fully adhere to the ceasefire after it receives some of the hostages.
Hamas is holding women, children, the sick and the elderly hostage in Gaza. We will keep on doing everything we need for their freedom, to bring them home. This is what any other decent country in the world will do.
The visit comes hours after Israel announced the death of 4 Israeli hostages in Hamas captivity. All 4 appeared in psychological warfare videos released by Hamas as they begged for their lives. The army is checking whether they were killed by IDF fire.
Today we shared the devastating news with the families of 85-year-old Amiram Cooper, one of the founders of Kibbutz Nir Oz, 80-year-old Chaim Perry from Kibbutz Nir Oz, 80-year-old Yoram Metzger from Kibbutz Nir Oz, and 51-year-old Israeli and British citizen Nadav Popelwell from Kibbutz Nirim. That their loved ones were killed a few months ago during Hamas captivity in Gaza, and their bodies are still being held by Hamas. We assess that the 4 of them were killed while together in the area of Khan Yunis.
We can go to the south of Israel now. We're joined by our Nicole Zedek. Nicole, what's happening?
Yes, Laura. Well, as far as the latest update from the IDF, the military has confirmed that they're beginning a new operation in the central part of the Gaza Strip, specifically Al-Baraj. This is an area where the IDF first operated back in January, which at this point is about 6 months ago. So the IDF giving very little information at this point, but saying fighter jets are attacking different Hamas targets inside Al-Baraj, while ground forces are conducting precise military operations there as well. And so this could be something similar to what we saw with Jabalia, an area in the northern part of the Gaza Strip where we saw that even though initially the IDF had some operations there several months ago, they hadn't gone deep inside these camps and these cities. And so now, as the war does continue, we're seeing the IDF, as they do gain more intelligence and more information about the ongoing fighting, they're going back to some of these areas in the central and northern part of the Gaza Strip to conduct more operations. So this is the latest from the IDF. They said also in the northern part of the Gaza Strip, they just wrapped up a week and a half long operation in Gaza's city Sabra neighborhood. And while they were there, they not only engaged with many close quarter combat fighting with Hamas terrorists, but they also located a terror tunnel that's nearly 1 mile long and 14 miles underground. They were able to dismantle this tunnel, but it was also running very close to the Netzarim corridor, basically the area where the IDF has been operating for the past several months now, as it splits the Gaza Strip in half. And so they were able to locate that tunnel, dismantle it, and this is what we're seeing continuing going forward. The IDF says they're using this information to conduct more precise pinpoint operations throughout the Gaza Strip, where they do have the intelligence to do so. All the meanwhile, as we're talking about the central part and the northern part, I do want to remind everyone, of course, the fighting also continues in Rafah, but once again, with these more precise operations, according to the IDF, they are still uncovering different tunnel shafts, major weapons caches. They said they found large stores of RPGs, AK-47s, some very heavy weapons down there as well that they've been able to collect, dismantle, while also still dismantling dozens of Hamas terrorists in the Rafah area as well.